Hi, how's it going? My name is Eric Robertson, and I work with the Rio Grande Educational Collaborative, also known as RGEC. I happen to be a little bit of an expert on bullying, and today I want to share a message with you. So that would be that it's a choice, a message about bullying. Let's start by clearly defining what bullying is. Bullying is the action of seeking to harm, scare, or to make someone do something they don't want to do by scaring them. Bullying is unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-age children, like yourselves, that involve a real or perceived power imbalance. The behavior is repeated or has the potential to be repeated over time. Both kids who are bullied and who bully others may have serious, lasting problems. These are the top 5 main categories of what we will witness if we ever see or experience bullying. The first one is being threatened. This might be somebody who comes up to you and grabs you by the shirt and says, "Hey, give me all your Cheetos," and or I'll punch you in the face. Give me all your Cheetos or I'll punch you. That is being threatened. The next is exclusion. As you can see here, everybody is kind of pointing at and laughing at this kid in a green shirt because he wanted to play dodgeball with the blue shirt kids. Not allowing him to participate is a form of bullying. In this day and age, there's a form of bullying that exists that we often don't realize is occurring. You're watching me on an online video right now. We all have phones, laptops, and ways of accessing the internet and communicating with other people. Well, when we're mean to other people over the internet, sometimes it doesn't feel like it's as mean because they're not directly in front of us, but that indeed is called cyberbullying. Next is the act of gossip, when we're talking about somebody and they don't know, maybe they hear or they don't, but saying mean things about someone else with the intention of hurting them or making them feel left out, that is gossip and something to be aware of. Lastly, we have physical violence. This comes in many forms, whether it's hitting, kicking, spitting, but primarily it's going to be an invasion of personal space. If someone goes into your bubble and is making you feel uncomfortable, that is physical violence. Now that we've identified what bullying is, we might be asking ourselves, why is bullying bad? Well, bullying actually affects both the kids who are being bullied as well as the kids who bully others. So when you're bullied, things that were once fun become something that you try to avoid. Perhaps you are on a basketball team and there's a bully there and you used to love playing basketball and now you try to avoid practice. That is an effect of bullying. So when you're bullied, you start to become a person that you don't recognize. You focus on things about yourself that you don't like. Things that were once really fun are no longer fun anymore, and it really lowers your self-esteem. A more in-depth look at how bullying affects us will show us that kids who are regularly targeted by bullies often suffer both emotionally and socially. Not only do they find it hard to make friends, but they also struggle to maintain healthy friendships. Part of this struggle is directly related to low esteem, as we mentioned before. A lack of self-esteem is a direct result of the mean and hurtful things that other kids say about them. When kids are continually called fat or losers, they begin to believe these things are true. Take a moment to think about a time where maybe you were bullied or witnessed bullied, and think, how does being bullied make you feel? It's really easy to put yourself into the shoes of somebody who is routinely excluded from a team or not invited to play a game because they're called slow all of the time and they don't want to try to run in the race because they're slow. That doesn't mean that it's true, but being told those things by bullies can make them feel that that's the case. So what to do if you are being bullied? Well, there's a 3-step rule to stop bullying. As you can see, our friend from earlier is now onlooking the situation, and she's saying, I am going to do something, but what can I do? The simple 3-step rule to stop bullying is easy and effective. The best thing to do when you are being bullied is to talk to a trusted adult, such as a parent, teacher, or school counselor. Step 1, tell a parent. Step 2, tell a teacher. Step 3, tell a counselor. One of the trickiest things about bullying is that sometimes the person who is being bullied is often afraid to tell a trusted adult and will avoid doing so in order to avoid being bullied more. So with this 3-step rule to stopping bullying, you just have to talk to the people that you trust. Tell your parents, tell your teachers, tell your counselors. Make sure that your voice is being heard, and though it may be a little bit scary, talking to one of these people will definitely help. And I would strongly encourage you to talk to all of them. So what to do if you are being bullied in the moment and you can't get to a trusted adult? or you were a witness to bullying, whether it's one of your friends or just something you witness. The same three-step rule can also be applied in this situation. So here are some additional steps to take during the situation before you can get to an adult or if you witness bullying. Step 1, use your words, not violence. Step 2, tell an adult that is nearby, whether it's an adult you trust or just someone who's nearby. Step 3, support your friend or seek support yourself. So going back to step 1, using your words and not violence. You don't want to make the situation worse. So a lot of times we're told to confront bullies, and maybe if you get hit back. That's not always the best situation because you can just put yourself in a situation that is far more dangerous. And that leads us right into step 2. So you can use your words, which is very important. Step 2 is telling an adult that is nearby. So it's very likely that you're going to be at school or in class or at a before and after school program when something like this happens, and there may be not your favorite teacher around, but there's someone just down the hallway. Tell that person immediately because they will be able to help you in the moment, and they'll also help you be able to communicate this to a trusted adult that you do want to talk to, such as a parent, teacher, or school counselor. And then lastly, step 3, support your friend or seek support. So bullying is a very traumatic experience for all of us, and oftentimes if we've even witnessed it or experienced it, being alone is not the best thing to do. So whether you want to talk to a friend or kind of just get your mind off of it and go out to the playground and play, just make sure that you seek support and you be with people who make you feel comfortable. The fact of the matter is bullying statistics are far too high, and that's why we need your help. Take a look at current statistics. When you know the numbers, it makes it easier to change them. So first of all, 20% individuals ages 12 to 18 experience some sort of bullying. I wanted to start off with that statistic because a lot of people think that bullying may end once we get to that older age of 12. However, it continues in 20% of individuals. Next is 30% of all people either already have or will bully other people. That is actually higher than people who 12 to 18 experience bullying. 70% of people witness bullying firsthand. And that is something sometimes we witness without even realizing. And sometimes witnessing and doing nothing is also like engaging. Apply the simple 3-step rule to what to do when you witness bullying, and you have this next statistic in the bag, which is when bystanders intervene immediately when they witness bullying, it stops within 10 seconds, 57% of the time. So that means more than half of the time that you just say something to a bully, that's going to stop within 10 seconds. You could save someone's whole day or week or school year from being ruined just by saying something. And lastly, only 20 to 30% of bullying is reported to adults. That's a really low number, and it really illustrates why it's important to talk to adults when you feel like you are being bullied. Why is being aware and knowing what to do important? Well, first and foremost, it's important to feel safe and like you belong. Whether it's at school, after school program, with your friends, or in sports. You should always feel safe and like you belong. Being aware and knowing what to do is important because it helps to end the cycle of bullying. The numbers that we saw earlier, 20 to 30% is really low. If we know and are aware of what to do, we can increase those numbers. So imagine if 80 to 100% of bullying was reported to adults. The cycle of bullying would stop. Think to yourself, maybe there's someone in your life that's bullying you right now. Who have you told? What can you do? And imagine how much it would change if you told the adults in your life. Here are some resources to do your own research and start preparing to stop bullying. The first website, stopbullying.gov. Check that out. It's on the top left corner. The next website is stompoutbullying.org. And lastly is pacer.org/bullying/resources. Check these websites out with a parent or trusted adult, someone who you would likely talk to in the situation of you being bullied. And along with this presentation, you'll also see a ton of information that will help you if this ever happens to you. So we see our friend in the corner, and she learned how to speak up for herself and others to stop bullying. With that being said, take a stand, take the pledge, have a great summer, and do your part to end bullying.